everyone, and welcome back to Medieval Dynasty. This is Mr. Boomer, and we're going to continue this. As you can tell, it's getting dark. I am going to go ahead and turn in for the night, though. And more than likely, let's get rid of that. Oh God, raining? It is raining. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and run to... It looks like, according to the gauge up there, I only have one more day left for this season. Then it'll be summer. And, then I need to do something about that field there. I want that field. I'm looking for my wife, and I'm hoping that she's interested in farming, because I want my wife to be a farmer. That way she could, and I could have that one field just for her.
Feel my fingers.
You feel my fingers. Oh, it's cold. Well, let's get the... Okay, that takes care of the coldness. And on the way to... Well, shit. Let me look here. Journal. I want to track that one. I need to go up here. So I want to actually go here and check and see if they've got anybody, a wife or... I don't think I'm 80 points. I'm 20 points shy of actually recruiting my first person. So I might just be looking for a wife this episode. As far as my recruitment goes, I want somebody, I need to have somebody that's a hunter. That's for sure, because I built the stupid hunter lodge for that, and I want the second person hopefully to be a woodsman, to where I go out there and cut trees down and everything.
Responsibility. And the king seems
Hello.
to be doing just fine.
Alright, I don't have much patience for pulling the weeds, but there is no other way to help our crops flourish. Watching things grow makes me very satisfied. So he's a farmer, which I don't really...
Goodbye.
I'm gonna like to check her... Well, shit.
An unfamiliar face. Welcome.
Oh, she's way too old. She hadn't...
Be safe.
In order for her to be open to marriage, she has to have that white
Have you
figure
ever wondered
next to her
what
name
a
like he
world
does.
without kings would look like? Hello there.
What's your skills? Walkers like me have an eye for finding the best spots for fishing or finding mushrooms.
Have a good day.
Is there like a... what profession, what skill set would feed into looking for mushrooms? Do they have a... Or maybe it's an herbalist. I don't know. Let's go up here and look at this. We'll go up on the other side of the lake to Barova. And I kind of want to record this as well, because I want to... Whoa, where am I going? Chad, Wiggum. Looks like she's the only one that's...
How can I help you?
We should
Alright,
probably build a policy.
Can you tell me something about your skills?
Subjects from running away.
Walker like me have an eye... Okay, fishing and finding mushrooms. I really want her to be... My
Good
wife
luck.
to be... what about
Hello?
you?
Travels are all very well, but I would love to finally put down
I don't
roots.
convince people at my call, especially when I possess something that they desire a profit. What kind of...
So long.
Maybe I need to look and see exactly what... Where's the road at? Down here. I need to go talk Rocky blocks. Alright. Now let's go off to was it Sambor? Sambor, okay. What? Okay, I need to go up this way. Yeah, it looks like I just got one more day left for spring. So next time I go to sleep, it'll be summer. God, I still got a long way to go. Let's see what they say about stamina. Can I do something? I already got, okay. Sprinting, jumping, combat, and working with tools all exhaust your stamina. When it is drained, those abilities become unavailable, so watch your stamina bar closely, especially during a fight. The stamina bar refills itself over time. Its consumption may be reduced using appropriate skills or by drinking a specific herbalist potion. I think the mushroom person is a herbalist. The potential to be an herbalist, I think. And it doesn't say anything about the stamina about it being more your endurance getting better. And so I don't think some games, you know, you're doing stuff like this and you get better at stamina. And your stamina is better. So that might go too far. I'm not paying attention. Oop, got wolves up here. Or around here. There he is. I think you're lost, boy. Sorry, I didn't mean to just... Wait a second, look at me in the eye, and stop shivering for crying out loud. Huh, black and blue. You're Jordan's family, aren't you? Yes, my name's Rasimir. You must be Sambor then. And how do you know that? I was talking with Unighost. He told me that you were a part of the reminders as well. Part of what now? The pack. The one with Unighost and Jordan. I've never heard this idiotic name in my life. Oh, sorry. Maybe I made a mistake. We were called the Undying Fist. Oh my, that's so much worse. Now that's a whole lot better name. You're damn right it is. That's because I came up with it. Everyone loved it. No idea why Unighost lied to you like that. I'm sure he was just jealous about your creativity. Ha, of course he was. And not only about that. Anyway, I would love to hear some stories about my uncle and the pack's adventures together. That's an amazing coincidence because I would love to spend my time telling the old tales by the crackling fire. Oh my, really? No, leave my property and forget where it is. Oh, come on. I'll only take a moment. A moment of a moment, really. Just tell me, what was my uncle like? How did you become part of the Undying Fist? And what did you do exactly as the pack? You don't know what we did? Unighost didn't go into that part yet. All right. Be quiet and try to be less annoying. Where should I begin? Right. It all started when Jordan left his home. He was 18 at the time, if I remember correctly. That clever bastard was always too big for a fish for his birthplace, and he knew that. Left as soon as he could, but cleverness at such a young age always means two things, being arrogant and hot-headed. His plan was to set out on a big adventure. That's it. Pretty detailed, huh? A path like that is paved with skeletons of young idiots. But one of them was Jordan. Either way, he was wandering for days. Days soon turned into weeks and his rations into dust. He was useless as a hunter, back then at least. So berries and mushrooms was all he could get. So obviously he needed some coin. He came across a manor with orchards so vast that they seemed like an ocean. Jordan managed to find some work there. A week of back-breaking labor had passed. His hands were covered with blisters, skin red from the scorching sun, knees pulsating from pain. I must say, you're really an amazing storyteller. I wasn't expecting that. Shut up. Do you want me to finish? Where was I? Oh, right. He was exhausted from all the strenuous work he'd done. Went to the lord of the manor with a smile on his face to collect his payout, or payment. His stomach was already full with fantasies of all the delicious treats he was dreaming of buying, and all of that was ruined by the hand of the lord holding a couple of lousy coins. Jordan was furious. That was merely a fraction of the pay he was supposed to acquire. He started shouting at the lord, demanding justice. Peasants were just flies to the lord. Disgusting, replaceable insects. And what do you do with a fly that buzzes too loudly? Both of the lord's palms struck Jordan's ears with the strength of an ox. Jordan fell to the ground stunned, and the lord's guards threw him out of the manor like garbage, stealing that few pathetic coins while doing so, if I may add. It wasn't until evening when Jordan regained his hearing, and with it came a fervent thought of revenge. Your uncle was quite a capable fighter. when I met him back 10 years ago, but he wasn't back then. He knew the guards would massacre him if he only came close, so he needed to find another way to fulfill his vengeance. Jordan was always ambitious, but that hatred fueled him like nothing before. And what happened next? What came later was me becoming bored with this conversation. Go away. No way, you can't leave me like this. I can do whatever I want. Scram, I have things to do. What things? I'll do them for you. I'll do anything you want. Just please tell me the whole story. Damn, you're annoying. Please, 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 please. Fine, just shut up already. Just say what needs to be done and you won't regret it. Here, grab this shovel. It's a piece of crap, but it will do. There are clay deposits behind my house. Go there and dig up some clay for me. Clay, that's your pressing need? You have a pottery addiction or something? First of all, I don't need to explain myself to you, child. Secondly, it's for medical purposes, and that's the answer that will fully satisfy you. Got it? Whatever you say. Well, there it is. Wait a minute, he said take... Oh, he said shovel. Where's the shovel at? Where? That's not a shovel, that's an axe. Water crate. I don't see it. Do I have one? I'm sure I do. Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, I don't know where the hell his shovel he's talking about is. How many of these do I need to get? Dig up 2 clay deposits and get 5 clay. Oh. Alright. Strange deer figure. I'll take that.
It sure is. Frosty.
Okay, I already got the... I was just looking for some more of those figures. Is there any more up here? I thought there was...
It sure is. Frosty.
There we go. I think that might be it. Go turn these in. Oh, nope, they're not it. 2 more. 3 more. Oh, more. I think these could be good for gifts. I just do not. I just do not see the shovel. Oh well. Here's all the clay you wanted. Will you finish the story now? All right, all right. So as I've already said, Jordan wasn't much of a fighter back then. He didn't have any money nor connections, but he had one thing, an unusual ability, you see. From an early age, Jordan was an exceptionally good liar. No sweaty palms, no voice cracks, no tells really. Calm, steady breaths, eye contact held all the way. He eventually managed to handle any kind of pressure, even in the craziest of situations. But it wasn't that at first. He felt no pressure lying, no stress at all. It was as natural for him as breathing. He had absolutely no remorse. He came up with a plan so immensely neurotic and unrealistic that it's really hard to believe that it worked so perfectly. At first, he convinced the nearby town's tailor to sew him a whole set of clothes worthy of the most wealthy nobleman. The finest of fabrics, silken threads, you name it, horrendously expensive. So how did he manage to afford it, you might ask? It's simple, he didn't pay for it. So he stole it? I said no such thing. Jordan wasn't a thief. Not in the traditional meaning of the word, at least. Apart from that, did I finish the damn story? While wearing his new clothes, he traveled to the castle of the king of that realm and entered it. Okay. Now I know that you're making this all up. That's simply impossible. Ha ha ha. You're absolutely right, it is. It's mad to even consider trying to pull off that. But Jordan, he just walked straight in. I don't blame you for doubting me. Damn, I would have been first to doubt a thing like that myself, if I didn't see him doing it hundreds of times later with my own eyes. Anyway, he walked right into the castle, and once he was there, he followed through with his plan, which was betting his wife. Whose wife? The king's? The king's wife? So the queen. Indeed. So let me get this straight. The plan was to get into the castle and lay with the queen. Exactly that. You are right. That is the most absurdly idiotic plan I've ever heard of. I told you, but it worked like a charm. I still don't get it. What worked? What was he accomplished by that? After the lovemaking, he dressed up, deliberately leaving his undergarments on the bedside, and told the queen he'd be right back with some refreshments. Then he went to one of the king's guards and told him that he saw the queen with the company of a strange man sneaking into one of the chambers. The guard rushed in and witnessed the queen naked in bed with a man's clothes right next to her. As a loyal servant, the guard reported on the matter directly to the king himself, who, as you can probably imagine, became furious to say the least. He couldn't really punish his wife. That would be bad for his reputation. But he could pursue her lover. Unfortunately for him, at this point, Jordan was long gone from the castle, riding a beautiful bay mare he borrowed from the stable into the sunset. I still don't get it. You see, the king didn't catch the filthy seducer, but it didn't mean he couldn't track him down and find him. To do so, the only track he could follow was the one thing that Jordan left behind, except his undergarments and a pleasurable memory for the queen, his name. Not his real name, of course. The name he used when introducing himself to the queen was the Lord of the Orchards. Precisely, now you get it. Ha, that's incredible. The Lord's head must have left the company of his body pretty promptly. He didn't get killed. That wouldn't be in Jordan's style. The queen begged for his life to be spared. So the king threw him in the dungeon where he spent all his days he had left. Jordan was amazing. All that with just the power of his wits and speech. He surely showed the Lord what he shouldn't have wronged him. Don't get the wrong idea about his reasons. Jordan didn't get through all that just because of what the Lord did to him. You see, the Lord was a cruel, merciless brute. He mistreated all of his subjects, killed for fun, raped for sport. People used to call him laundryman because one of his habits was drowning his bastards in the lake right after birth, like unwanted kittens. Jordan needed to stop him, and he did. But that's not the end of the story. After the Lord's capture, someone had to take his place. He didn't have any rightful successors, but then, with just an uncannily perfect timing, came a distant cousin of the Lord's, a charming young man with two different eyes. You have to be kidding me. He easily acquired all possessions of his sentenced relative, but Jordan didn't want any of that. Not for himself, so he took only 3 bags of coins from the treasury and left everything else in the hands of the peasants. They were elated. He is still probably worshipped there. I can tell you that. Oh, and one more thing. Why 3 bags, you might ask? That's easy. One for the tailor, another one for the stableman he took the horse from, and the last one for himself, with the exact amount of coins he was rightfully supposed to earn for his work at the orchard. I told you Jordan wasn't a thief, and that was it. He mounted his beautiful mare and left the realm, continuing his adventures. At least that's the story he used to tell us, so nothing of that may be true at all. But that's just how it was with Jordan. Now I understand what you and Unigos were talking about. He really does seem surreal. I've never met anyone else like that. Don't get me wrong, he had his flaws, but the things he could do, his tongue wasn't even silver, it was made out of pure gold. But wait, you didn't tell me what was the purpose of the Undying Fist. Oh, I thought it would be obvious now. On that day, Jordan's mission was born. He knew that the spoiled, rotten elites like that were scattered all around the world, draining life and dignity from the land, from the hard-working simple folk, and that he was capable of stopping them, to some extent at least. So that's exactly what he started doing, overthrowing corrupt lords and giving back to the community. He sounds like a hero, a true hero. Well, it wasn't like well, I guess you could say that. So how did you join the pack? Jordan was working solo until he met Unigos. That rat's agile fingers could work where Jordan's tongue didn't. And then they needed someone with other talents they were lacking, like strength, manliness, bravery, independence, gallantry, integrity. Right, I think I get the picture. So they recruited the best there was. I was between jobs at the time, so I gave them a chance, and finally the pack started to really make a difference. But I don't like to brag. Oh yes, I noticed. Humble to the bone. Thank you for noticing. People at my level don't need to boast about our skills. Just like the sun doesn't need to prove it's bright. Anyhow, I already spoke more words to you than I did in the last 5 years to anybody, so it's time for you to go, and preferably don't come back ever. It was a great pleasure and a true honor. Yeah, I don't care. Leave now. And in return for giving away my location, deliver this delicious meal to Unigos. It's his favorite, a knuckle sandwich. Do you want me to hit him in the face? Did I stutter? No, sir. Of course, sir. I'm on my way, sir. All right. And I still don't see the shovel. Oh well. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.